I want to talk for a second about mental toughness on controlling your life. You know, if you're lucky enough to have won the geographical lottery and been born into a first world country like the US or Canada or Australia or the UK or any first world country where there's a capitalistic system where you can work your way up and become financially independent, you can control your life. If you're lucky enough to be geographically, so fortunate to be born in one of these countries, then all you have to do to control your life in a capitalistic, free society, or somewhat free society, is to become financially independent. That's why it drives me crazy. It's sad that young people are exposed on social media, like my generation was not, because we didn't have social media, of course, to all these people with flashy cars and helicopters with their name on it and jets and spending money on all these things. And a lot of these people, most likely, are in a heap of debt because jet airplanes and helicopters and all these things are not cheap. And if they had that much money, they probably wouldn't be showing the world that they had it. Really rich people do not want people to know they're really rich. I've been interviewing them for almost 40 years. Billionaires. Most of them are not flashy like these people you see on social media. They don't want the IRS to know how much money they actually have. They don't want anyone really to know how much money they have. It's the people that are pretending, that are leveraged out of their minds, up to their neck, to their eyeballs, okay, whatever metaphor you want to use, that show all this flashy stuff. And that's fine for them, but that's what they want to do. If their ego is that small, that large, that they have to do that, and that's how they, get their sense of importance, that's fine for them. But I worry more about the younger people. And if you're a younger person and you don't know this, you think, well, these people must really have so much money. Most of them are in debt, probably to the tunes of tens of millions of dollars. They're using debt to purchase things, and they run their business on debt. And I mean, I've worked with a lot of these people, that's all fine for them. Again, I'm not criticizing them. That's the way they live. That's fine. Wouldn't recommend it, but I'm more concerned about, people in their 20s, 30s, and maybe even early 40s that are being influenced in the wrong direction by people like this, saying that that's wealth. That's not wealth. You know what wealth, at least in my opinion, and mental toughness really is? It's when you get up in the morning and you can do anything you want to do. You control your life. My friend over here in the back, who's being quiet, is a young version of statue of Ben Franklin. Ben Franklin, you ever want to study someone who understood money and freedom and controlling your life? Ben Franklin was one of those people that I've studied extensively that really understood that having things, material things, is not wealth. Having money is wealth because it gives you the ability to buy your time. So no one can tell you what you have to do. You don't have to go to a job. You don't have to go to work. You don't have to do anything you don't want to do if you're living off the interest of your money. That's what wealthy people do. They can't almost outspend their interest because they're not big spenders, for one. They live below their means. And if you're able to do that, you can control your life. You can control your time. That's the greatest thing, the greatest gift you could ever give yourself. But you got to have money earning compound interest on a monthly basis, and you've got to be living off the interest, not living high on the hog to show off to people on Facebook and Twitter and social media and show them how many things you have. Because again, that's usually more about debt than it is anything else. That's the truth of it. The people who are really smart are the people living quietly off their interest, and they're living below their means, and they own their lives. If you have enough money, you own your life. If you don't have enough money, someone else is telling you what to do and when to do it. And if you're okay with that, then that's fine. There's nothing. That's 99% of the people. Well, it's at least 95% of the people in this country, in the United States, in any first world country. And that's okay. There's nothing wrong with that if you're okay with it. But if you want to really control your life and you want to own your own time, live off your interest. And if you don't have enough money to do that, get a plan to get that kind of money. And in a free market system, almost anyone can do it. Give it a shot. Something to think about.